there's so much misinformation out there. What do you recommend we do eat? Like how do we create this balance you're talking about?
Here's one simple rule that I am totally aligned with, and you can find it in this book, Electrical Nutrition. You can find it in our book, which is available at our booth. It's called the ROCK, R-O-C-K, to rot theory, R-O-T. You put your food, or what you think is food, on your counter in its form that you're going to eat it. I like raw eggs, raw milk. I used to eat grains and nuts. And then if the bacteria and the organisms in the air do not consider it food and begin to break it down and digest it, in 7 days, you should not eat it, because you're not going to gain any life force enhancement from it. You're actually going to deteriorate your life force by eating things that don't rot. Because we're not eating to feed us, per se. We're eating to feed the microbes that are in us, which then converts the biological and the energetic aspect over to our food. So we're eating really to feed our microbiome. So if the microbes in the air don't begin to break it down in 7 days, you shouldn't be eating it. Period. My grandparents knew that. My family's known that for generations. But that information is, for the most part, anti-establishment and anti-media that we have for information today. So that's the simple answer. Is that you okay with that? You can find there's lots more information regarding. Stop by the booth. I'll point you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Spencer. And since you're a good old country boy from West Virginia, my question goes something like this. I know you're a big raw milk guy, and you've probably put up a lot of bales of hay. And like, what was that song about? Some people like fried chicken, some people like ham. But cornbread and buttermilk makes me what I am. Now, what do you grow in your garden? Tell us about that, since that's like today and yesterday, and with all the rain we've been having, but your crops. So lay it on us about what you got growing in your garden.
Well, the simple things are fruits, vegetables, and animal products. I know you don't grow animal products in your garden, but I do have pigs out back. I used to have a goat dairy. Okay, so we're mammals. Vegetarian Myth, good book. Okay, we're mammals, but we're on the digestive tract scale. We are more of the omnivore, hunter-gatherer style predator than we are herbivore. Ruminant. We are not ruminants. So there again, I'll refer you back to Electrical Nutrition, because he does a really good job explaining that if you're eating things that aren't available to us, which for the most part, we're like in grains, nuts, seeds, tubers, and a lot of plant products, we don't have a digestive system to break it down to make it available, the nutrition or the electrical availability to us as a human. As a mammal, we're born into a world and we're fed from these things called mammary glands. Well, at least most of us are. I wasn't as a child. I was a soybean baby, Similac, and had a whole host of health issues just from that. But for the most part, milk in its raw state is medicine. And on the rock to rot theory, it rots really fast. You leave it on the counter, how long does it go off? How long does it take before it goes off and starts to stink? A day? Because bacteria love it if it's in its raw state. Pasteurized milk is designed to last a lot longer on the shelf, so it doesn't rot very fast. My family documents, and mostly verbally passed down generational, as well as a lot of the native cultures on this planet, that there was a intimate relationship with animals. Every culture, besides our industrial culture on the planet back 40,000 years, by one of my friends who was an anthropologist who studied history 40,000 years and taught at university level for over 40 years. Every culture had an intimate relationship with animals. We don't have that today. I do. I try to keep it because there is a community effort in that relationship with animals. Now, I'm not, there again, please, before you bash the idea of relationships with animals as food, please take and read this book. Because this book covers the political aspect of being a vegetarian or not. It takes into account the historical view of this, as well as the biological view. This lady, like so many that we come in contact with all the time, was 20-some years vegan, and she just about committed suicide being a vegan. It took me only 3.5 years of being a vegan before my body started falling apart. My partner, who you can talk to out at the table, was 20+ years without animal products, and every single thing that she was experiencing as a symptom was due to lack of available amino acids, which then leads to improper gene expression. If you want to talk about this is a really big topic, is gene integrity. So that's what I eat: fruits, vegetables, and animal products, as raw as I possibly can. So I am a raw foodist, but not your typical raw foodist.